What's going on, friends? I thought I'd share a quick little saying or some advice that one of my mentors once gave me. I was asking him how in the world I was supposed to get busy, start getting some phone calls coming in, start getting some leads, start getting some prospects and some jobs. And I was telling him about this, and I was telling him about this new way to advertise. I was talking about Facebook advertising. I was talking about email advertising, client retention software. I was talking about all these different things, and he just said, Luke, they all work. You just have to pick one and do it. So the point is, these things, they all work. You just pick which one speaks to you, and you put it into place and you put it into practice. And it's not going to work overnight. Unfortunately, if you're desperate and you need work, the quickest way that I've found and that a lot of people have found to get work really quick is to go door knocking. And I know nobody likes to hear that, but you go door knocking, you have some flyers, you leave them at the door when nobody's, if they're not home. And then if they're home, you talk to them. I guarantee you this will work. I've done this multiple times and I've paid people to do this. Every time we do it, we get that phone to ring. Like within the next day or a day later. It's just incredible. I mean, this works. You knock on 20 doors, you leave 20 flyers, 50 flyers, 60 flyers, you're gonna get 3, 4, 5 calls really quickly. So if you're stuck and you're not working, I would suggest, number one, getting out there and shaking some hands. If you're looking for work for contractors, you wanna do subcontracting, get out there, drive around, look for their jobs and show up and say, hey, here I am. What do you got for me? Can I bid on it? I'd really appreciate it if you let me bid on this tile job. So those are the first two things I would recommend. If you're busy and you just want to, keep that phone ringing, keep that steady stream. If you have a large history of clientele, especially if you have their email addresses, I would suggest putting together, a mailing list to where you're mailing these people and you're doing a blog or you're doing some sort of unique advertising. It's not advertising, that's the wrong word, but you just want to get in front of them on a regular basis. Whether you choose every month or every 3 months, you need to stay in front of them, because even if they were your favorite client and they loved you and they praised you for your work, guess what? These people, they have busy lives. I mean, they're just so busy. Chances are, when it comes time, their neighbor, 3 years later, even 6 months later, and their neighbor's asking them, for a recommendation. I mean, if they even, tune into the conversation, chances are they're not going to be able to remember your name. They might remember part of your name or kind of, the color of the truck you drove, but, the business card you left them, that's long gone. I mean, let's face it, how many business cards do we have, that you collect? So you need to get their email address and stay in front of them. A lot of you have told me, well, I send them a card every year, and that's great. I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you send them a card every year or every 6 months, a lot of people will find out that if they just bought a house, they'll send them a card on the anniversary of the date they bought a house. And this sounds crazy and it sounds like a lot of work, but you start implementing this, and within 6 months and a year, if you're doing this for every customer, every client, you're staying top of mind, you're going to start building up those referrals if that's the kind of business you want to make. If you want to grow even more, if you're really trying to grow, Facebook ads is a great way to do this. You can narrow down to your city, you can narrow down to the homeowner, they need to own a home. You can narrow down to how much money that person makes, so you can really niche down and find your ideal customer. Really powerful tool there, Facebook ads. I really recommend it. But again, you're going to have to continue to do it. None of this stuff is a one-time deal. You can't just boost a post and hope to get jobs. I mean, that's the trouble with Facebook ads, is why a lot of people are complaining that they don't work, because they tried it 1 or 2 or 3 times boosting an ad and they say it didn't work. Well, it's the same thing. You have to do it for sometimes months before you start to see a return. But the people who have done it for months and start to see returns, they're increasing their spending amounts, and they're increasing the amount that they're doubling down, so to speak. So it's a powerful tool. It really does work. There's a bunch of other stuff out there too. But the point of it is pick one or pick two at the most, because otherwise you're going to be overwhelmed and you're going to be confused, and just put them into practice and continue to use them. So I hope that helped. If you're looking for work and you're looking to grow a business, that's just my my thoughts here today. So I've been working on the podcast. I've been lining up some great interviews, as well as working on the website a little bit. There's some more information there and other stuff coming at you guys. So I'm getting ready for a little family vacation here next week. But after that, I'm going to get back here and hit it hard. So, all right, I hope you had a profitable week. It's Thursday. It's beer 30. Enjoy the evening, guys. Bye.